welcome back to Dynasty Football Live. Today, we get to jump into my co-host Manny here's Dynasty Football team. I'm so excited to see what Jack Attack has built. I'm excited for him to, go over his roster and let us know how he feels he's done. I'm going to chime in here and there, let you guys know what, how I think he might do this year, man. We like to talk about each other's teams just as all league mates do. Um, hey, without further ado, man, Jack Attack, take the floor, baby. Let's see what you got on these picks, and then we'll get into his roster for a roster breakdown of this year's team, man. And I do want to say one more thing. We have our Dynasty draft coming up this Friday, so these rosters have already been purged. We're waiting on the draft this Friday, and we're going to update these teams after our draft and let you know how we did. And also, we want to know down in the comments who you think Manny should take with his picks. So let us know. Here you go, Manny. Who you got? What you doing here with the draft this year?
Well, I'm kind of in the finishing stages of a rebuild. I kind of hurt myself by I took some gambles in a sense. I was kind of playing it like the Rams, F them picks, right? And it did work. I did make it to the Super Bowl, but I ended up losing 3 years in a row. And I gave up a lot of my draft capital to do so and getting a little bit older and older each time. And even though I made it, it didn't pay off because the ultimate prize is the goal. Even if I was to rebuild again, I guarantee you I feel a lot better about rebuilding if I had won. So with that being said, be careful about drafting, giving away your first rounders and what you're getting in return. And don't mortgage your future if you don't have to. I did thinking it was going to pan out. I mean, I made it, but I didn't win it. So it doesn't matter. Yeah. As a lot of guys on our league would say, I get made fun of a lot. Anyways, rebuild hopefully is almost over. This year I'm picking. I made a trade to get the second pick overall. I had to give up Jalen Waddle, which that was such a painful decision to make. I get very attached to my players. And I love Waddle, man. I love his celebration. I love the way he plays. I loved him since he was a freshman at Alabama. Best celebration in the NFL. But ultimately, based on, and we'll talk about my roster a little bit later, but based on my roster, I felt like I needed to jump to the second pick and, make my running back room a little more depth there and a little bit more dangerous. So,
more confidence,
because I just have a lot of potential, but also coming back from injury, so I need to have someone there that's going to kind of be able to play right away from week one. So, anyways, these are my picks. As you can see, I have the 1-2 and the 1-9. I'm curious to see. There's been a lot of rumors in our group me chat about what could happen, in the first round and who's going to take who and all this stuff. So I'm kind of curious to see who drops to the 1-9. Someone will say that we might actually have three quarterbacks go in the first round, which for our draft is unheard of. Normally they go a little bit, maybe one, but most of the time they drop a little bit. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, that's our picks, and that's kind of how I got there. Hopefully, I've been rebuilding for, I guess, 3 years. This would be I don't know if I want to call this part of the I guess I'm done rebuilding, right? I think my team is.
Yeah, I would say you're ready for takeoff. You built the plane. You've got the new engine in there. You got your pilot's license. You're ready to take on the skies. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Let's see. I hope this season pans out the way I hope that it does. We'll see.
Well, let's go to my before you go to your roster. I want you guys to focus on what he has is draft capital, and then when you see his roster, it is going to be almost, to me, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing what you've done here, and I'm very, very excited for you, and I'm very happy for you, man. What you've built is what we all kind of like, man, if I could pick anyone's team to kind of like want in this league, it would definitely be yours. You've got a beautiful young team, got lots of young, flourishing talent that's coming up. And you have picks, bro. You have 2 number 1 picks. That's almost unheard of to have a roster like you have with this much draft capital. I'm super excited for you, and I think you're definitely the team to watch out for in our league now. So just wanted you to know that.
Well, I appreciate that, man. It took a lot of patience.
Yeah.
Patience is definitely key. There's times I wanted to just like maybe overpay for some people and
Yeah.
try to compete right away when I wasn't ready or my team wasn't ready. So patience is definitely key, especially in a rebuild situation. So this have right now, what Byron mentioned in a different video, which will be seen soon or have seen hopefully. I
Yeah.
had Rodgers as my quarterback for the last couple of years,
Yeah.
and I traded him away. I have Trevor Lawrence as my starter, and I have Watson as my backup. But I think for me right now, they're sort of. I'm going to lean towards Lawrence to start the season, but I'm hoping that my backups do really, really well. So I maybe have a chance to maybe make a move later on, someone who needs a quarterback. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. I originally drafted Travis Etienne out of college in our rookie draft, and I traded him away. I don't remember if it was before or after the injury, but he ended up falling to 4th overall, and I traded him away to get some more capital, and I think it's panned out. I got him back now that he's the starter there. Hopefully, I can he can do what he did last year, maybe improve upon it. We'll see.
Yeah.
Breeze Hall, I got him number 1 last year. Very, very exciting start to the season, and unfortunately ended. I have a history of injuries, it looks like, at the running back position. Hopefully that's not the case going forward. But very excited about his potential and what he can do coming back. I've heard he's doing great things. He's coming back strong. So hopefully, he doesn't miss too much of the regular season, and he can be my kind of my workhorse. I have DK Metcalf, who I feel like we've seen glimpses of him being like really, really good, but haven't really put it together as far as being, when we talk about the elite of the elite wide receivers. He definitely has the potential. I just want to see it. And I think this season, with Geno Smith having kind of 1 year under his belt as a full-time starter with the Seahawks, and really seeing so much improvement from Geno later in his football career, I'm hoping that the addition of JSN along with Lockett and the passing game kind of flourishes a little bit. And Carroll, I know he loves to run the ball, but maybe there'll be a little more balance. We'll see if that happens. They did draft another running back, so we'll see what happens there. I got Mike Evans this year in the offseason. I can't really remember what I traded away for him, but it was more of a...
You got him back in the Travis Etienne deal.
Okay, yeah, I got him back in the Travis Etienne deal. That's what it was. I traded away. Actually, let's take a look. No, it's not. We can look at a different video that we'd look at the trade. But yeah, I gave up Waddle to
Jameson Williams for that trade. Is who you gave.
Yeah, Jameson Williams. But I gave up Waddle, so I needed to get something else back. After Jameson Williams got that whole that suspension for the gambling, I was like, all right, I waited last year for you to do something because you were hurt. I was patient, and now you're going to be gambling. I couldn't handle it, so I traded him off. And I think I got a pretty good. I got my money's worth for sure. Last year, I traded Christian Watson, or I drafted him rather. I kind of wish, I don't wish that I hadn't drafted him, but I wish I drafted Jameson Williams 5th or 6th overall last year. And I wish I had drafted Garrett Wilson. The only reason I didn't do that is because I was worried I was going to have too many Jets, which ironically is the Rodgers team now. But already had Carter from a previous draft. I had Breeze Hall. I was like, man, they're kind of struggling. I don't want to have all my top picks come from a team that's struggling. Um, anyways, I kind of made a bad decision there, but at the time it felt like the right one. But I am very happy I drafted Watson later in that draft. I also drafted Drake London last year. That was part of the rebuild. I had a bunch of picks last year. And Joku was an addition this year in the offseason. Hopefully him and Watson continue to play well together. And I do have Sam Howell here. I'm kind of gambling on these two
You
because
got a
right now,
nice bench too, dude. Your bench is nasty. Plus, you
yeah,
got talent on that bench.
but yeah, man, I feel good about it. I was I'm telling you right now, the purge this year was kind of tough for me because I had to give up on some players that I didn't necessarily want to give up,
Yeah.
um, I mean, I like what I have here. One of the guys that I'm really excited about, and I think I might be alone on this one, and at least I know from your perspective, maybe you're not as excited as I am, but I like Jelani Woods, man. I really like him. I know he's ranked 28th in this format here in this thing, but I really think, hopefully, I'm thinking that the new coaching staff with the Colts is going to be using him a little bit different and actually give him a little bit more of a chance to actually play. Didn't get a lot of snaps, but when he did, he made some plays. Uh, Komet just sound that big deal. And him and Fields are really close. So, we kind of saw him kind of explode towards the end of the season with some big games.
Mhm.
Hopefully that continues. Um, these two guys were kind of French guys for me when it came to cut time. And I have no idea what to think about Bell, especially with the addition of Tillman in that
Yeah.
wide receiver room and Elijah Moore too.
Yeah, that was
Um,
tough, man. That really tanked his value. I thought he was going to be a breakout candidate this year. David Bell was so productive at Purdue coming out of college. I thought that for sure when you acquired him from me last year, that was going to be a hit for you. We'll see. Hey, man, I think they end up giving these guys chances. They know they've been on the roster. They want to see what they've got. I think David Bell at this point is in front of Tillman on the roster. That's just my
yeah,
opinion, just because you don't come in as a rookie and just jump veterans that have paid their dues without them giving you a shot,
yeah.
unless you have unreal talent. It
Or
takes,
draft capital, and
yeah,
Tillman was
yeah,
just a third rounder. So,
yeah. So we'll
um,
see.
yeah. But yeah,
So,
this is my team, man.
yeah,
I'm really banking on part of that Rogers deal recently was Romeo Dubs.
yeah,
He's kind of been looking good. I figured with Watson, having hopefully not some injury kind of issues to
yeah,
start the season, I was hoping this could be kind of some insurance for
yeah,
him if I have to, if he gets hurt, which I hope not. Rondell Moore, I've been kind of holding on to him, hoping and praying that he gets it together, his act
yeah.
together.
Mhm.
Hopefully, this is a year. They lost Hopkins there, and Hollywood Brown's the only one in front of him. So I'm hoping, especially if you think about, Colt McCoy, if he's going to be the quarterback at least to start the season, Hollywood Brown's more of a deep threat, and I know Moore is kind of a deep threat through, but he's also very good underneath. So he may get a lot of targets, and hopefully, I'm hoping he can get a lot of yards after the catch and make some plays and kind of solidify himself as the kind of the go-to guy. We'll see if that pays off, and I don't know,
I'm,
man.
I'm
I think that's
excited
all I
for
have.
you. Hey, man, I'm excited for you, man. I love your squad. You since I've been in the league, you were kind of right there when I got in the league too. Man, I'm still hoping to get more championships, get in there, and then it just, I thought like once you started selling a few pieces, we kind of knew where you were heading, and you did it the right way, man. I wish I had as much patience as you. It's been a uphill battle for me to do the waiting game in Dynasty, but that's part of it, man. That's why they call it
Yeah,
Dynasty and not redraft, because you gotta wait. You gotta wait on these players. You gotta see what they can do. You gotta pretty much wait for their opportunity. But
yeah,
yeah, man, let's go back up your lineup. I just want to talk just a little bit about what you've built here, man. Trevor Lawrence with ETN is nasty. I love it, dude. I love that combo. Got the Jacksonville combo there. I think they're going to be in the AFC Championship this year. I think that's where they're heading if they keep, on their upward trajectory. Really a hard team to put away if you think about what they did to the San Diego Chargers
Yeah.
last year in the playoffs. They're hard to put away, man, because Trevor Lawrence is finally showing who T Law really is. So I like your quarterback situation here. Brees Hall, he comes back strong, looking solid there with the 1-2 punch and ETN and Brees Hall. Metcalf, Evans, and Watson is almost that's nasty, man. Then Drake London down there, you got a four-headed monster, a wide receiver. My thing is I really am not sold on Watson being y'all's number one quite yet, because if you pay you know this as well as I do, Dubs has been getting everyone's attention in the offseason this year, and I think these two could probably flip-flop sooner rather than later as this season gets underway. I'm not going to say Watson isn't better, but I'm not going to say give him the crown as the wide receiver one there. We got to see who Jordan Love really attaches to. So that's something to watch out
Well,
there
to,
for
to,
you.
to that point, they did some kind of, I think they Love invited players to go to California to do some throwing and stuff. And we saw Aaron Jones there. We saw Dubs there. I don't know who else was there, but I know one person that wasn't there. I was very disappointed was Christian Watson. Maybe there was a conflict. Maybe he was on vacation. I don't know what the reason is he wasn't there, but I think that time with Dubs can only hurt Christian Watson. So to your point, we'll see
Yeah,
what happens there.
yeah. But hey, guys, then he's got the Joker down here, or the Jokic, or I don't know.
And
Sorry,
Joku.
I'm in NBA land right now, Land. God, I really like Komet, man. I think Komet might end up passing the Joku here on your depth chart too. We'll see. He just signed a $50 million deal, so I think they're going to be looking to get him a lot more involved. He flashed a lot last year with some primetime plays. I like him. Drake London could possibly be a top 15, top 10 wide receiver this year. We'll see how that goes. But man, hey, Jag Attack is on the right track. So we'll see. We'll see how it ends up. We're gonna update this roster after our draft on Friday. Stay tuned, guys. We're gonna be bringing you a lot of fun stuff. We're gonna give you a deep dive into our personal. Obviously, we're showing you our personal dynasty league and teams. So, hope you guys enjoy seeing this. We like to walk the talk, not just talk the talk. So let us know down in the comments what you think Manny needs to do with his picks. Let us know what you like about what Manny has done with his roster. And leave us some comments, guys. All you can do is fire us up more, get us going, give us more confidence. We're a young and up and coming channel. We're trying to be the best at what we do. So like always, guys, like and subscribe. Please hit that subscribe button. We're
It's
almost at
free.
100. Yeah, it's free, baby. I mean, we're doing this the best we can for you guys. So week in and week out, as always, I'm gonna leave you how I leave you. Out.